Hello yogis, my name is April and welcome to the Yoga Ranger Studio and welcome to this little mini meditation to really connect you with your emotions in your body. So this practice comes from a place of my having sort of been through this compassion fatigue period of time and still working through that. But I remember having people ask me every now and then about something that was going on in order to sort of help me work through things. And they would say, so how do you feel about that? And I kept explaining it away or describing a situation or saying, I'm fine, it's okay. It's something else that's going on. I would explain it all away. And I remember someone catching me and saying, no. I want you to close your eyes and where do you feel this emotion in your body? And I remember thinking that was really hard to do because as someone who's a caretaker and was really involved in giving and caring for other people and being caught up in that, I really had sort of checked out of what I felt emotionally because I needed to be there for other people. And so I felt like I needed to sort of shut myself down, and I became disconnected from my emotions and where I would actually feel something in my body, linking those two things together. So embodiment of your feelings or your emotions. So in this little mini meditation, I want to give you a little meditation to sort of work with that you could tap into anytime you're feeling like a lot of emotion coming up, or you're looking at something and you want to get a different perspective on it, or you really want to check in to see how you're feeling, where you're feeling it. And when you find that space where you feel an emotion, emotions often land in interesting places. In your knee, in your belly, in your chest, in your shoulder, in your throat. You can begin to choose practices that will help clear that energy, will help move that through your body. And it really helps you really become more intuitive about how your body and your emotions are working together. So wherever you are, seated, lying down, on a chair, take your palms down. This helps you sort of feel more grounded and connected. Settle yourself and really notice your seat on the floor. I'm sitting on some blankets to give me a little bit of a long spine here. And then soften your gaze or close your eyes if that feels good for you. You can always keep your eyes open and have a soft gaze looking down toward the floor. And just tap into your breath. Right here, your breath, becoming aware of how it feels and how it is working, can give you a lot of information about how your body is working, what feelings are coming up. Using the breath as a guide. If you're feeling a lot of your breath in the center of your chest, maybe you're feeling really anxious or frustrated. And now just bring to mind something that's happened recently that you're trying to work through. Maybe some big thing has happened, like someone getting sick or losing someone or starting a new position, caretaking someone who's been doing well up to this point and needs your attention. Or maybe just a situation in your life where you felt really trapped or angry or sad or grieving, and just bring that up. Imagining it in your mind's eye, the situation, all the things around it. Really feel into it. Imagine you're right in the middle of that emotion, that situation. Recalling it in as much detail as you can. And here's a chance for you to go way overboard and make it as wild and big and outlandish and over the top emotion here. And then just begin to notice where you feel that in your body. Maybe it takes a few breaths. Maybe you feel it in more than one place. Maybe it's a burning in your stomach, or a tightness in your chest, or a feeling of kind of a cough stuck in your throat, or a headache starts somewhere on your head. Tightness in your hips. Just scanning through your body, seeing if there's any place an emotion is sort of hanging out. And once you begin to identify that space or those spaces, see what comes up. What emotions bubble up as you look here? It could be more than one emotion. Oftentimes emotions come together in 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, a pack. Keeping in mind there is no right answer to this. There is no wrong answer to this. There is no emotion that is off limits or inappropriate or wrong. They are all valid emotions. They are your emotions. And this is how you feel. Just asking yourself the question, how do I feel? What emotions or feelings come up for me when I feel I'm in this situation, or remembering it, or visualizing it? And as you begin to identify those emotions, take some deep breaths and breathe into them. Take a moment to honor what you feel. Honor your emotional response. Honor the space in your body in which that emotion is presently living or residing temporarily. As you breathe, notice that as you acknowledge and honor what you're feeling, maybe the intensity becomes a little less. You feel that perhaps things are shifting, or maybe it's just the awareness that allows you to choose things to help support you wherever, however you need to be supported. Taking this time and this breath to recognize that your feelings are valid. And that your need to be aware of them and to process them and to work through them. You need to honor that space and that time, even if it's just a minute or 2 or 3. Let whatever comes up come up. You're giving it space and awareness. And slowly take your time to come back to a nice smooth breath, keeping a little mental note of all those places or feelings that came up so you can work with them and honor them and care for them throughout the rest of your day. Softly open your eyes. This meditation is a hard one to do, but it's also one that is really important as a caretaker or someone dealing with burnout or compassion fatigue, or anyone who feels that they are not really connected quite as much as they used to be to their bodies, to their emotions, to really honor and take a moment to say, I'm feeling this way. This is valid, and I'm allowed to feel this way in this place in my body. Now, how do I work with that? Thank you so much for joining us for this practice. I hope this gives you some ideas to just stop every now and then and check in with how you're feeling in your body and really connect to that embodiment of your emotions and acknowledge that your emotions are very, very valid and you have a right to them. Have a great week.